so you have to gain more traction, and the way to do that is with this vehicle, the yellow vehicle there, can now actually go 2s up on its wheels, so it's got 4 sets of wheels. But then you would also have an extra weight that you could put on the back over the rear axle, and to pull something of this size and weight. And I think it should also, your crop should also be able to manipulate, be manipulated by how much effort you put into a field. So if you're willing to plough the field from scratch, right from start, I've messed it up. But I mean, what I sometimes do is I go over a field quickly, record the course, not worry too much about things, just to get that one done. And I might go and record some quick courses because I want to get the fields done rapidly. And obviously I can do that. The other thing about the extra wheels for this vehicle is that you can't actually transport them with the front loader, which it says that you should be able to do, because under normal situations you would not be able to drive the vehicle on a normal road with its extra wide wheels on, because it's just too wide. And that's a right messed up course. But then again, I might even leave it at that because it uses a full tank. I'm never really too bothered about that it uses a full tank. I don't use this bottom bit of the field, it's too much messing about. There's all these little pegs that it keeps hitting. So what I do here is I set stop course recording. This field hasn't got a number, even when you've not got it harvested. I can't find the number on this field, so I'm just going to call this wheat field, because I often just put wheat or barley in it, so I've been calling it wheat field. So I'll save this as wheat field 1 slurry 1. That means it was the first course I made, and the reason why I do that is because the second course I make will obviously be the smarter one. And next what I do is I reset this course, and then just from where I've stopped, I really could have maybe done to a set a weight point there, but what I'll show you is I do start course recording. This is to take it back to the bio facility. And the thing here is that you can't get into this, wouldn't be able to turn in with this vehicle. Oops. You got to get this just right, because there's a little peg there on the road. There's a sign which says stop, obviously that's for the people exiting, but it's so hard to go in the other way. It's often easy just to go in this way to start with. And if this is the exit, then why does it have a 30-mile-an-hour sign facing this way? Surely all the signs should be facing that way. And then perhaps not go over the weighbridge. and this is really where you need to set a waypoint in case you've got one already sat. So we'll set a waypoint here because you might have one sat filling, but then if you want to move, you can if you want to move it, I might move those things out the way actually, and I'm looking for the straight line with the back wheels of the trailer to that point there. As soon as the thing comes on to reload, refill, which is about there, so I'll drive a little bit further forwards, I will set waypoints, and then I will move a little bit further forward still and set stop. So this is going to be called Wheatfield 1 slurry refill. So refill. Refill. All I can do is SL. Wheatfield 1 refill slurry. Can I put 2 R's? Yeah. Can't get any more letters, so I couldn't have 2 L's in the refill. So I've called this. This is from Wheatfield 1, basically refill slurry. So hopefully I'll remember. I could sometimes keep notes in an A4 pad, and then obviously after you've made your courses, another thing to do is to save your game, because there's nothing worse than just having done some courses and then you know, it all goes to pop. So you can see only 1% has increased on the fill level, so they've only the bio plant has only produced another 1% of its bio liquid, I wouldn't say liquid manure, but it's liquid, what's the residue of the bio silage, so that it can be put on your fields as if it was liquid manure. But I think that's a problem, because it's not liquid manure, because it's liquid manures from animals, isn't it? And again, look at how long it's taking to empty that shovel. So I'll fill this vehicle. Whilst that's filling, we'll go and have a look at how slow this is. Look, it should have emptied by now. 38%. So it hasn't speeded up, hasn't sped up at all in comparison to that tank still having, you know, at the time 5% left of its room. So it's nothing to do with that tank being empty. When it's full, it does not slow down the BGA. Also, that tank has been full for ages, been full for, you know, the last 2 or 3 days, even though I've had the plant's been really slow. That's its maximum thing I can do on that plant, so I don't even need that second tractor anymore. Okay, anyway, that's fine. Each time you do a field, it's a good idea to record a course back from that field to the BGA to refill your slurry tanker. And then also, to create a sequence, you can link all the courses together, and especially if you set a waypoint on the field, when you've finished working on the field, set a waypoint for it to wait indefinitely, and then it'll come up as a message, it's finished or has reached a waypoint. When it's reached a waypoint, you just jump in the vehicle and press continue. It drives to the back to the facility, you reload it, and then you can take it out to the next field of your choice. Or, get this, you could also create another course. That stopped filling because I jumped out of it. You you could even create another course, start a course recording and drive a course to the next field. So that little field over there, if I drive a course out of this BGA facility, out through that back route, I could even set a waypoint, maybe at the start of that point, at the start of that field where I started that, and create a course for that. But the main point to remember is to use one as your exit only, so that's that exit over there, and then one as your entrance only, and the entrance is this one here behind these domes. So as you can see, this bio facility now is just below 90% when I finish filling this. So reset the course. A course from here would be to start course recording. I know that a lot of my vehicles use that first bit to drive in, so I have to come round through that entrance there. It doesn't really matter, because if there is an accident you just have to go and sort it out, and then out through the gate. Don't go too fast here. Obviously when you've got harvesters working in this field, they could be turning around in this area as well, so you just got to get your organisation going. I'll slow it right down because we've got a 90-degree bend here. These vehicles are hard enough to steer without making it any harder by going too fast. So remember that you're going to be using this road for other vehicles. I have vehicles that drive the silage route on this road, so a good idea is to pull off onto the grass and to set a waypoint, and then just drive forwards and set your stop. Right, so this is going to be called it's a trav course, travel to trav bio to, I'm going to call this, it's difficult, instead of wheat, from now I'm just going to go WH, this is wheat field 2. So I would write my notes up about Vogelsberg farm, and I would name the fields that haven't got numbers, and I would make descriptions up of this course I've just created. So I'll save that. It was only a short course, so I ain't going to be too bothered about that. Now the next important thing is, if you wanted to just jump in this vehicle and then press continue, it would drive to the stop, but there's a rock in my way. And the thing that I've got to say is that if you're going to start this course, it needs to be able to drive a reasonably straight line to the start point. So I'm going to say to here, so it's going to drive from that stop point to this start point here, which is I think where the wings might open to. I hope the wings don't get caught on that rock. I'll reset the course. I'll make it start recording. They are getting caught on the rock, look. So it's not going to be very good. I should have taken the... These are the things that you can only learn by finding them out, by doing them. So it's trial and error. Then obviously I need to make a course to deliver this vehicle to the top of this field, or perhaps a little bit further away in the centre of that field. And then to start recording, maybe come up and down this field at that angle. The one thing you find about these types of fields when you go and cultivate them is that this darkened area where you've actually fertilised it remains in place. Oops, I messed it up already. That wasn't very good, was it? It's because of this stupid vehicle. I mean, I don't like these. I'm only using it because it was cheap and to hand, and I've had it for a while now. So, where to stop? Well, I might have a harvester working in this. So, I'm going to say stop recording. And let's set a waypoint. That did work. Drive forwards a little bit. And stop course recording. And we'll call this Slurry Wheatfield 1. And of course I've still got 75% left in this. It's only a small field. I don't know, I mean there's another way you could also look at it. You could also put slurry on the grass slopes. But that's the way to do it. And basically if I was if I'd run out of slurry, I want to top up for the next field. Basically what I would do is reset the course, drive forwards a little bit so that my start point is different to their stop point, and then just start course recording. And then I could go from this field. I'm sure if I'd have done this field better, I could have done the two fields with slurry, with one tanker's worth of slurry, or perhaps use a smaller slurry tanker for those two fields. So I'm just, it's a bit I'm just showing you that basically returning again from a field. Imagine this is empty, or perhaps it just needs topping up like it does. And again, there is another way to do this. You could set your course to stop outside there and then create another course for going in the bio. Say if I'm going to set this course over and over again inside the bio facility. Which is generally what I do with the delivering the silage. The silage gets delivered to outside the BGA, so we need a waypoint just here, and then I create another course that drives into the bio facility often than not, or I drive to deliver to the bio facility and then drive inside and stop. In this case I did it here as well, and I just stopped just round the back of that white building, just as I've come round the sign, if you saw those videos. Set a waypoint there, drive forwards and then stop recording. So the side by side basically, then we will save that as, I'll call it travel, but I should have called it maybe slurry. Travel at Wheatfield 2. It's actually also Wheatfield 1, isn't it? So to refill, can't do anymore, so slurry, yeah. And then I could have driven to the start of the start of the gate on the green field over there, and then have another course driving it in behind that white building and stopping it. And then, like I do have with my bays, I can use the same travel to course from a field on some of my large fields, so that I can be filling bay 1, 2, 3 or 4 depending on which course I merge. And that's one of the ways that you run your bio facility. So this now is ready to go back out again and do another field. So I hope that's been helpful to you, and you've seen the way that I run my farm. I'm not saying it's the exact way you should run yours, I'm just saying that's the way I do it, and I hope you've enjoyed that. But you know, my BGA is really slow on this one. I've had some which have been really quick, but I don't know why it is on this map. It might be something to do with the map itself, but there's no need to have the big front loader shovel on most maps. That's what I'm saying. Waste of vehicle, waste of money, 300,000 quid basically, best part of, and you can only fill the BGA to so much level, then it slows right down. So I could basically use a smaller shovel even, or stop this vehicle so it's not using fuel for the greater part until the bay becomes empty. But when you're at this point, you've now got plenty of money, because as soon as you sell all that stuff there, you can't sell it any faster than this. You know, load it on a truck probably and sell it at another bio facility if you've got 2 on your map, or if there's any shops that accept silage. You know, train station. I had a train station in one map that took silage. You loaded it on a train and off it went. So that was great, because it didn't matter how much you took, they always wanted it. Anyway, fine, thank you very much. Ta-da!